Hello friends and welcome back to our channel MK Gandhi educational videos. Today we will talk about the great personality of India who was assassinated by Nathu Ram Godse. He learned from his mother how to perform his duties while walking on the path of truth and non-violence. He was insulted by many students while studying in England due to his bad handwriting, but he didn't stick his path. Many incidents inspire as well as surprise him. Let's learn about him. Do you excited to know what is his name? His name is MK Gandhi. His full name is Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. He is also known as Bapu or Mahatma Gandhi. He was born on 2 October 1896 in the Porbandar of Gujrat. He was born in a middle-class family of the Vaishya caste. His father's name was Karamchand Gandhi and his mother's name was Kasturba Gandhi. He was about 9 years old when he was put into a primary school. He doesn't like reading books, but somehow his eyes fell on a book brought by his father. The name of that book was Shravan pitribhakti nataka, a play about the Shravan's devotion to his parents. There was another similar play, HARISHCHANDRA, captured his heart. Why should not all be truthful like HARISHCHANDRA was the question he asked himself day and night. These two books inspired him a lot. When he was in 7th standard, another incident happened. The headmaster, Dorabji Gimi, was popular among the boys as he was a discipliner, a man of method and a good teacher. He made gymnastics and cricket compulsory, and Gandhi Ji disliked both because he had a false notion that games and gymnastics nothing to do with education. They are not part of it. But after a few days, he knew that physical training is important as mental training. His desire to serve as a nurse to his father was a main reason for dislike of gymnastics. He hurried home and began serving him as soon as school closed. It happened that one Saturday he had to go from home to school for gymnastics at 4 p.m. He had no watch and clouds deceived him. When he reached the school, all the boys had already left. The next day, on being asked the reason for his absence, he told Mr Gimi what had happened. He refused to believe him. He was convicted of lying. That deeply pained him. How did he prove his innocence? There was no way. He learned that a man of truth must be the man of care. This was the first and last instance of his carelessness in the school. There was another mistake, which he was still paying the penalty. He doesn't know when he got the notion that good handwriting was not a necessary part of education, but he retained it until he went to England and South Africa. When later, especially in South Africa, he saw the beautiful handwriting of lawyers and young men, he ashamed himself and repented of his neglect. He saw that bad handwriting is regarded as a sign of imperfect education. He later tried to improve his handwriting but was too late. He could never repair the neglect of his youth. There is another incident that happened to him. He committed a theft when he was of 15 years. He had run into a debt of 25 rupees. His brother had an armlet of solid gold on his hand. So to clear his debt, he stolen a bit of gold from his brother's armlet. But he could not bear the burden of his theft and decided to confess his guilt to his father. He resolved never to steal again, but he did not dare to speak. So at last, he decided to write a confession letter. But in this letter, he did not only confess his guilt, but also asked for adequate punishment and promised never to steal in future. With trembling hands, he gave the confession letter to his father. His father read it and pearl drops trickled down his cheeks. Thus pearl drops cleaned his heart and washed the sin away. A clean confession combined with a promise never to sin again is the purest type of repentance. This incident for him was an object lesson in ahimsa. After completing his study in England, he went to South Africa. When he suffered from intolerance, he started social non-compliance for the civil rights of the Indian community. Around 1915, he came back to India. He started satyagraha, civil disobedience, fasts, marches, movement, and jail sentenced many times. His efforts helped India to gain freedom from the British. In 1948, a madman named Nathu Ram Godse assassinated him around Birla House. May he rest in the